Today I was out of town, out of town, uh, and met my daughter, and it was a beautiful summer day. It was very successful, and I'm glad that we are coming closer and closer. My daughter May, like adults. We meet the adults, not like mother and daughter. It's more like we are equal. So that's very nice because we can talk, adult talk, real talk. And I have got my taxi back, the taxi for when you are disabled. It's not really a free taxi, but it's about $200 American dollar for in 12 months, and if you have paid that fee, and the rest of the 12 months, if you have paid $200 in June, and then can I go with a taxi for free until next June. So it's not much money for me, at least, because I don't go there so very often. So it's going out, stretch out the money I have to pay. So I got it now for the first time after 3 years. I had it before the pandemic was coming, and I go early in the morning, and I was worried because I was going to meet my daughter in a neighbor city at 9:36, and I have to be up early to go. And then we were together until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was a long day, and then I have to travel after 4 o'clock. I traveled back home, and it took 1 hour. So I was very, very tired when I come back home. But I could make it. I was worried that I should go very deep into be tired before I go home. But it was a nice day, so I never did it. And we have fun, my daughter and I, and we were out in Landskrona in Sweden. And what I wanted to see, it was to go to. Now I know we live in this city when God come and talk to me, and I go away from my family to go where God wanted me to go. And so I didn't know that my ancestor had done so very much in this city, so very much in this city where I live also. The DNA told me, and we were going to a place where the last name, the sure name of this family is Rothoff, and I know it when I have studied my DNA, that this Rotov is going into Romanov in Russia. And so I was curious and I wanted to go there, where I didn't go to their house, living house, but I was going to a museum that was on their plot for the garden plot, and then they have a small house there, and the house was built in 1903, and it was one of the oldest this house for plot to grow vegetables, and they wanted to have this garden for potatoes. It was in the city, and they needed to have a plot for potatoes for their big house. I don't know where the house where they live is, but when I find it out, I will go back again to the city and look at their house. And so I was in the garden, their garden, that they gave it to the city later on when they passed away. There is people that have their surname, but they didn't want to have this plot, so the city got it. So I was there with my daughter, and I did a video, a movie, and then we were out. It's a beautiful city, old city, where we were going first. We go and drinking coffee on a coffee house, this international coffee place, and then we go to the harbor, and it's very much old things there, and we were to the castle also, and I have to study a little about the castle also, if there is some of my ancestors that have lived on that castle. But I know when I did my family tree, I find one surname, last name, that is very famous, and it's very much about tourists want to come and look at his museum. And his name is Tycho Brahe. It's it's a little island where we have to take a ferry, a boat to it. Can't go with a car. We had to go with a boat, and that is good. When I have this scooter, I could drive around on the island, or else is it hard to see all the places on this little island. But I can do it, and there is a museum, and he is famous to find the stars and planets, that universe. That's what he's famous about, and it's much memories of him in the whole city. And so I was with my daughter, and she was walking, and I could drive. It had been hard for me to walk, even if I can walk. But so she was walking maybe for what can it be, 4 hours. And she walking. And I have told you that I'm worried that she have anorexia, a sort of anorexia. I think she fooled me by eating very much in front of me, and she maybe go and puke. She eat very much food when we are together, but she have never been so slim as she is. And she was talking about her weight today, and she said that in this BMI system, you know, this BMI system to count out how much you should weigh. It's your length of the body and what age you are in. And she said that to me, that she is in the lowest. She see it as perfect, that she is in a perfect condition. And she talking about to be in the lowest measure this line. She says she hold the lowest in this, and it's not healthy. I had anorexia once, and I bought children's clothes because everything was too big for me, and we were talking about it, and I was about the same BMI. I was about the same slim as her once, and I know in that time that it was not healthy. I knew it without, I knew things without knowing it, and I knew that this weight I have is not healthy for my body. But it was a short time, and I start to eat again. But I eat very little, and I think she do it in some way that she is a vegan, and she eat vegan food, and she's very much hunting fat, grease, very much hunting it. But you need to eat grease. You need to eat fat, because there is vitamins in your body that need a fat for you to get the vitamins to your body. So that is not healthy to hunting for a low fat diet. The healthy thing is to eat normally, but maybe not overeat it, but you should eat normal. And look at your plate. And one good thing is to take a smaller plate. I have bought a smaller plate, so it looks like the plate is full, and it is full. But it's compared to a normal size of a plate, is it not full plate I have? But it look like I have a full plate because it's a smaller size than the normal plate have. So that is very good, and measure it in that way. But I don't look at fat, and I don't look at calories. It's that I take 1 cup of soup, and then it is what I eat, and I don't take more of it. It's to eat normal, and sometimes I overeat food, and that's is I'm going back sometimes to my old way to eat food, and I'd be so angry that I do this overeating. But it is when something is very good, and then I overeat also when there is only a little left, and I don't want to. I never want to waste food. I have been raised like that. Never waste food. That I don't do. But then is it that I have left over, and I don't want to put it in a refrigerator because it have already been in a refrigerator, and I can't heat it up one more time. So then I eat it up everything, and I overeat it. It's only food that I can eat cold. Then I can place it in my refrigerator, and then not heat it up and eat it cold as it is. But it's very few things to could eat it like that. So sometimes I overeat. I think wrong in that situation. But now I told you, I think I have told you about this with the strawberries, and that I am very proud of myself that I could throw away the strawberries because I got the warning from God in the store that when I come with the strawberries, and the cashier woman, she said to me that I can help you to put it into your scooter. She say she have a bag for me with what I bought, and when she took the strawberries, the bag of the strawberries, she looked at me like God was telling her something about the strawberries. I have met people some few times when God is talking to them, and they tell me that God have told them about me, and it was the same face expression she had, but she didn't say anything, but she looked at me like that. And when I drive home, I understood that I should not eat the strawberries, and then I make ice cream of it instead, and then to eat it as it was. But then I had old egg, and I put in those old egg into the ice cream, and then I was thinking, no, I should not eat it. I have to throw it away. And then I was thinking, if it's not the strawberries, the egg will damage my stomach. I was thinking, so I could throw it away. And I'm so proud that I did it, because the COVID COVID is not 19, but the variation of COVID is something with B2, something like that. Omicron variation that have coming here, and it spreads very fast. And I have not taken the vaccine, but those people that have taken the vaccine, they tell today that this virus that is just now increase in many countries, especially here in Europe, though the virus, the vaccine people have got, it doesn't take it. This virus have a way to go around the vaccine. So it's worthless to take the vaccine for this virus. And I was thinking when I heard it that it will come more that is going to go around all the medicines, and it is only have been stupid to take the vaccine, and the vaccine harm your body instead, and it doesn't help against this sort of virus that is on its way to come. And I was wondering what the spirits was talking about for about 2 years ago, when in the beginning of this podcast, the spirits come and talk about these waves that is going to be in the future, and they say it's going to be not only a wave, it's going to be a tsunami. So I have waiting for, it's not that I'm longing for it, but I have waiting for the tsunami to come. And for me, it seems like it's many built up tsunami, because it's the economy in the body and in the world, and it's the virus, and it's these electric bills and gas to the car and many other. It's only the first wave of it. It's about the future, that the economy of the world is going to be more poor. People will be poor, and it is very strange for me but it's very strange. But I know that the spirit I took, open up a bottle of soda. That's why the sound. It was not me that did it. I didn't fart. It was the soda bottle. It was that I really believe in this, what the spirit have told in the beginning of the podcast, that it will come this. It's going to be worse and worse. And then and then it's going to be worse with this, with the sin in the world. It's those homosexual I only say homosexual, but it's much inside it also. It's not only that they have the love of themselves. It's not about that everything. It's so much more going on because they adopt children and they can make children to themselves and learn them, teach them how they see the world and what they want their children to see the world like. And in the long run, when these children is growing up, that is just now within this generation. It have been in many generations about homosexual, but now is it like it's free to do whatever you want to do, and and uh, uh, and they feel that like these children that grow up, they feel like they can do whatever they want to do, and when they grow up, it's be in the political system, in the economy system, in the environment system. It's going to affect that in their way, how they are thinking, that be is raised up today to be proud of yourself and not deny yourself. Deny yourself is to, if they say something about to they feel like they are in a wrong gender, that immediately is coming people to say should not deny yourself. You need to come out and show the world that you have the right to change your gender, and nothing with God to do, is it? And that it's going to be an effect of the world, not far away, because the future is just in a twinkle of your eye. It's going fast. And it have going on before we knew it. It was already, I'd say, about 20 years have this going on. So those children that is in the first generation of this, to hear that they have the power, and they have the power to change the world in the homosexual way to see it. They are already adult people, and that's what we see today. That I am not in political things. It sounds like it is political, but it is a spirit thing also, because how people feel, and it increase of suicide in the world, and it's a turbulence. We need to come into a balance. We have to make the world be stable. Just now it's rushing, and everything can happen today, because everything go so fast, and everything is going out. It's throwing out from the roots. The roots people had is not there anymore, and they are like a tree in an orkan, a tree that have no roots. It's going in this whirl, the storm, the wind, and flying around and be placed wherever the wind want to place it. That because it have no roots, really roots. And today, when I was with my daughter, we sit and eat, and I was talking to her, and she going surprised. And I asked her relaxed, in a relaxed way, and I only say, do you believe that Jesus is God? I asked her. And she said, like this expression in her face, that's okay, that's without understanding, it's 100% that Jesus is God, like that. She said that to me. I asked her, do you think that Jesus is God? And she said yes. And look at me, like, why do you ask that question? And I say that to her before I ask her that question, because I say that God have no limits. We were talking about people and it about that everyone is free to do their own will, and no one can go and tell them what to do and what to say. And she don't understand this, that she is on her own also. She is in prison of the church that she is in. And I say God is a spirit, so he don't have any limit of anything. He don't have the limit as the body have. So God is a spirit and not walking around on earth with a body that limit him. I say to my daughter, before I ask her, do you believe that Jesus is God? And she say yes. And of course it make me sad that my daughter believe in so wrong thing. It's very sad that my own daughter, and in that way I know that she didn't heard or saw God in year 2000 when she was in the same room as me, when God come and talked to me about my future. It was like the higher priest and God, that they when they were in my home, they blocked my daughter from to hear and see things. It was only myself, it was only me that saw and heard, even when she was in the room. But the only thing that hit my daughter was that the day after she went to a church and wanted to be a member of the church and in the youth group. That was happened the day after. So something happened with her, but it was like she don't understand what was going on in that time. And before that, that evening when God come and the high priest come, she didn't have any friends. She walked alone, and the teacher in her class, they was worried about that she always walking alone, and they asked my daughter, why are you walking around alone, and why are you not with those girls in your class? And my daughter always say, I have nothing to say to them. I am not in the same thing as them. But it can happen that my daughter, she have Turner syndrome that make her not be developed as a woman. It can be that she felt that she was not on the same level as the girls because she have not the female hormone in her, and so it's the hormones make the thinking about boyfriends and makeup and do the nails and these things. The hormones do it, and she have not the hormones, and so she didn't felt like she needed to do those female things, and she'd have never had a boyfriend. She had boyfriends in that way that they were like friends only. They wanted to kiss her, and she told me that they tried to kiss her, but she didn't want to kiss them. And she was up in far away up to a boy that she had met on internet. And in that time we were not thinking about pedophile or like that. That's bad things could happen. She was only 10, 11 years old when she her father drive her to that house, and this boy had a nice family and a nice big house. That he was adopted, so he had come to a very wealthy family. And my daughter was there 1 week, and she come back home, and she say she didn't want to kiss him. He wanted to kiss her, and I never saw this boy, but I understood that it was something with him, that he was from another country, because she say he has so big lips. I don't want to kiss him, she say, and she have not talking about color of the skin, so it had not with his skin to do. It was that he have big lips in that in that way that where he was born. And so we were hoping that she should be together with him because he seems nice boy, and the parents was at home and took care of them, so nothing happened more than that he wanted to have a kiss from my daughter. And so she have never had a real boyfriend. She have never had any intimacy with a boy. She is really virgin. And so it's like she is prepared to meet a man, a real man of God that is coming through. And she is interested to follow me to Israel. So I am saying this because these Israelite Samaritan people where I was and visiting, they wanted to have more girls in their community to grow the tribe. So my daughter can have children. She have no ovule, but she can carry a child in her womb, and she have this egg frozen down that can give children. So it's not too late, and it's no error on it. It's modern way to do children she can do. So those that tribe that look for women that can give them children, that can my daughter be in if they wanted her into the tribe. And I don't know if it's in that way God is doing it now, when he told me to do my DNA. And my daughter, of course, she have DNA from me, so she is Jewish also, and could be in that tribe. But I don't know what God is going to do. I know many things about how God sees things and what God is doing, but there is many things in the future that I don't know. I'm not a foreteller. I hear from God. That's different. I can't take it from the future. I can only take from the future if I am told what will happen. So that is very different. That one thing people saying about me, like I am a foreteller, New Age person, but I am a messenger from God. It's different. I waited for someone to come in and talk. I don't pull them to come and talk. If we can say that I pull them, it's because in my heart, I want them to come and talk to us. It's a long time since God was coming and talked to us. I don't remember when God was coming and talked to us. And it is I hear from God now. He's saying if I don't have anything to talk about or tell you, then I don't talk. He say. I am not a talking machine. I am not a machine you can put on and it's fabricate things and it's giving you something he is telling. I laugh a little because then God is talking to us. When I say that I wanted to God to come and talk to us because it was a long time ago. And then he say this, that he is not a machine. It's not so that you can put it on and create words from God. So in that way, he have already coming to us and talk. He say, if you really want me to say something, he say, and it is like a real white clothes here, and I see some sort of, if it's, we can call it human, but he's hold his arm out and pointed for something. He's pointing on something. Oh, what is it going to say? Because he come in just. You heard the breathing that he was entering, and he say that he is not entertainment. He don't do entertainment. You should not take me as an entertainment man. It's not you to want me to talk to you and tell you something. It is that you should have a need for to hear my voice, he say, and not that you're thinking wrong, he's saying, because you want me to talk and you want me to do what's in your will. You want me to act, and you want me to heal you, and you want me to do many things, he said, say, but you have never thought about what's in my will. It's a communication between two, and you can't only take from that side. You have to give also from your side. So it can be a powerful a powerful relationship with us. If you never give to me, it will be a weak relationship. You also have to act upon my words and try to hear my voice in the air. You need to do things for me to have a communication with you. It's not about your wants. I know your needs, and I want to communicate with you, and it's about my will, because my will is about what is good for the planet and what is good for you, what is good for everyone. And it was good, the creation I did, and I want it to continue to be good and not take me for granted and then tell me that you want things from me. You drain me out in that way, and then suddenly you find, and you're saying to people that God feel like he is so far from me. It's that God is not close to me. God is somewhere else in my life. I don't feel the touch of God in my life. And you say these things, and that's not me that have done it. It's you that pull me away. Do you take me away in your way to always craving things from me? You never could talk to me like now he's saying this. I don't like them to say, but he say, Eva, how she is talking, you should talk to me. And he want me to talk like he want you to talk to him. And I say now to God that you need to place the words on my tongue that I should tell people to tell you. It's he say that is the main thing that when you talk to God and when you pray to God is that let it be in your will, God, and not in my will. That was what is going on, like a keyword and a key string through the whole prayer. That is not about my will, it is about your will, God. And I'm here, God. I'm here, God, a clean vessel that wait for you to enter into my life, and I give you my life, God, for you to place into my life what you want, God, to happen in my life, what is in your will, God, for my plan that you have for me when I come to earth. I don't want to listen to myself. I want to listen at you, God, because You are my everything, and everything that you are saying is in the spirit and truth for my life. So, God, I ask you to help me to understand and do your will, and your will is the will for my life, that I don't know what is in your will, God. So I ask for you, God, to tell me and show me your plan in your will, God. So I thank you, God, for being my God and never leaving my side, and be there for me, and for me to could ask you, God, what's in your will, God. Show me a token for good, that everyone that see me want to know the secret in my walk, and I will tell them I walk in the will of God. I walk without my wants. I walk in God's will for my life and for those people I meet and for this planet. Amen. That was a prayer for you, and it's prayer that you can do, but not copy me. You should never copy. You should never copy other people, because the relationship with God is between you and God and no one else. So I'm very, very tired now because of this, that I was out today the whole day, and it was not enough for me to sleep 2-3 hours. I maybe sleep 2 hours after I come home, and I feel it now that I need go early to bed, and because I need more rest. I start to be weak in the body. My body is not, it's going very fast, my body, to kill me if I'm not coming to Israel. I need to come to Israel. I need that. And I didn't say my will, I say I need it. And in that way I leave it up to God to know what to do. I don't know how to do it, but God will make a way if He wants me to come to Israel and get the surgery on my pancreas, or if He wants me to come home to heaven. I don't know, and I give it. I have given for 22 years now. I have given my life to God, so it's His decision. It's God's will and not my will. So thank you for listening, and God bless you.